everyone, and welcome back. So what I want to talk about next is something called recipes. Now, I call them recipes. People call them a bunch of different things. They could just be like a collection of components to make like different types of pieces that you can put together. What I've done here is I'm going to actually create different variations of the ways like our vertical product cards would look within our app. So one way to do that is to, take your component. I have just a default large product card here. You'll see that over here, large default. And I'm going to take my frame tool. I have it sorted already. And I'm going to go to phone. And there we go. So this is the size the majority of our designs are based off of. I'm actually going to select one of our layout grids. This is a standard icon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that large default card. And as you can tell, it perfectly sits on that grid. And then I'm going to take another one. Because the way I want to use this card is I want it to be a swiped container. So I'm going to actually take these and I'm going to press Command Option G to put them in a frame. In that frame, I'm just going to call this a large swipe container. You can call it whatever you want. Now, I'm going to set this to auto layout because it's just easier for now, at least. And I'll show you why. So I'm spacing out by 16 pixels. I'm going to take my next product and then Command C, Command V. You notice that I am creating a bunch. So maybe there's like 1, 2, I think there's 5 here. Perfect. Okay. So I can do that. Now I know that they're all spaced perfectly. And I'm going to actually remove that auto layout. Now they're just a regular frame. If I hold Command while I shrink this frame, it's not going to affect anything. And what I want to do is shrink it to the width of the iPhone frame that I have here. So there you go. Everything is going to be clipped. And I'm creating just a nice, easy way for us to have like a swipeable container. Now, if I were to press Command G, this is what it would look like. Actually, I think it's fine if I just clip it like that. So this is what it's going to look like. You don't need to make a component. This is more so for people within your design team to actually have like a point of reference on how certain components are used. You can just keep these in one area like I'm going to do here. And you can easily just copy and paste away of a design system open. They won't appear in your assets tab because it isn't a component. I mean, we can go ahead and create a component for this, but I wouldn't. This way you can keep it up to a way you want to do it. Like you can just say that I want this one to be an instance of large staff pick and sale. This one I want to be large sale. So I mean, it gives you a lot of flexibility in that aspect. And if I want to actually prototype something like this, let's see if it's going to automatically bring it. Yeah, there we go. So if I want to prototype that, I have it there, and this is what I'm going to do. And click prototype, then click horizontal scrolling on that. Go back. And now I have a beautiful swipeable container. And that's how I would use the large product card. So really nice. So that's one recipe that I would definitely make. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag that. That's Command C. I'm clicking into my recipe here, so it'll be right there. And over here, the recipe I'm going to go in my design and then I go clip content. So it's going to automatically clip it for me. Just like how when we create like an iPhone frame or mobile frame or Android frame, it doesn't matter. We were setting that to clip as well, so it's going to hide it automatically. So let's remove this. Perfect. Now, we can also create another version where, let's create another thing. If you notice, I'm very keen on actually making sure that everything in my system looks exactly the same. And just adjust that spacing between those frames like that manually. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna go into my assets tab. I am going to find my card here. So vertical cards, I want a small default card for now. So there it is. Let's go back to our layers tab. And there we go. Okay, so when I think about categories and how cards should be filled out, like we can go ahead and turn on our grid again. But there may be other aspects of like this container that we aren't thinking about. We may not have been thinking about aspects here that we really needed, like maybe like a title. These are automatically set up to be like a 50% card. But here we go. We have our 50% card, and even in a recipe, like I said, a recipe isn't necessarily meant to be like a component on its own. It's meant to also use like components and bring them all together. So I may have like a title, or we can adjust that. And we can set it to like only be that long. We can have another thing that says, let's see more. I'm just going off the top of my head. Give it interaction, maybe link. 16 pixels. And then we can change the color to whatever we want. And in this instance, maybe we choose something like gray. That's fine. So this is obviously link. Nope, it's going to be a heading. So heading 20 pixels. Great. And this can be confined to that side, and it's going to be affected by the right. This is going to be affected by the left, and then we can take both of these and we can like align them in any which way we like. So I'll just align them based off of their baseline. There we go. And there you go. So now we're starting to see like something come together here. I'm going to actually go ahead and, maybe I'll swap this out for something that says like a small sale. One can be, small staff pick. Oh, no, that's large staff pick. Wrong one. Small staff pick. And then what I would do here is I would actually create another frame. So Option Command G. I'll call this left column. And I'm going to actually create an auto layout. And I want that spacing always to be 16 pixels. So even if I write like 13-inch MacBook Pro, you'll notice that we start to see these different things actually expand. So if I'm going to make sure that this is in line with that, and that will make that column expand, and I would do the exact same thing for this right column. So I'm going to just duplicate that because I've already made the frame. I'm just going to rename it to right column. And there we go. Like now we can start creating like a larger list of items. Maybe we just keep it to 4 and we show them a larger list once they click to see more, just to save real estate. But that is one thing we can do, and I'm just going to actually select this. You can even like make another frame and just call these products. And we can create another frame around these and call it text. And then create a larger frame and call this category list. And there you have it. You have just a very quick way. So let's just Command C. Let's go in there. Take that swipe container out. And now we have another recipe. And I can just like either copy this. It's just easily made. It already has all our spacing in there. It has different types of ways that we can make this responsive if we wanted to. We can have like short product text. And if we go in there, we can just easily manipulate that. And there you go. So that's how I would approach creating recipes just for cards here. So this is what I've done with our vertical cards.